how God works. Take my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off.
Hey, you are enough. Divinity flows in your fingertips with light so radiant. Every beat of your heart is a victory march. So strong and so powerful, made of whole universes stitched by the hands of creation with a flawless design, a prophecy you fulfill perfectly with every breath. You. The sun wouldn't shine the same without it. Creation is only waiting for you to smile back at it. Do you see it? You are enough for the birds to sing about, for the trees to grow about, for the stars to shoot about, for the moon to shine about, and for the seeds to sprout about. Do you see it yet? Gardens in your speech, fields of wildflowers in your prayers, lighthouses in your eyes. No one else can see it for you. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. Your simple act of being is enough. Do you see it yet? What up, y'all? Yeah. we having fun with some, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. StreamYard's on the struggle bus the last 24 hours, but it's okay. We love them anyways, because we know how to love even when you on the struggle bus. So I thank y'all for tuning in. If you don't know by now, my name is Andrew Defy, a.k.a. the Gorilla Poet Laureate, a.k.a. the Hoodie God, a.k.a. Zaddy Elastic Pants, a.k.a. Spitting Quarantino, a.k.a. I will cook and eat a whole ass meal all up in the Zoom room, full court, 7-course meal, without even putting myself on mute because I'm the Snack Master General, a.k.a. I wear my sunglasses inside no matter what time it is because my eyes are sensitive as my heart is, y'all. And we are here for another edition of The Great Joy Hunt. It's really dope. I got to talk to a friend of mine yesterday for a while who I hadn't talked to in a while. And she was like, man, I remember when The Great Joy Hunt was just like some thing that you talked about or you randomly hashtagged on good memories. So to see it like come to fruition, it's grown now. It's got a driver's permit. It's in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling good, feeling great. This morning I got some really good meditation in. So just to go off on a little bit of a tangent here, a little bit of a rant, I got a new set of meditations called the Gateway Meditations, HemiSync, which is hemisphere syncing both sides of your brain. This is what the CIA did their long-standing study on manifestation and meditation and astral traveling and fucking everything. And these tapes, you know, it's really dope. Is they walk you through at the beginning this introduction process, and y'all, it was like spot on the like rituals that I've been doing in my own meditations. You know what I mean? So it starts off with deep breathing, but like in through the nose and out like you're blowing out a candle. You know what I mean? And then what I usually do is so that you get that like release and picture releasing everything inside of you that you don't want inside of you while intaking everything that you do want inside of you. And then it goes to a hum where you match with the frequencies that are in your ears, which is something that I also do. I highly recommend the Brainwaves binaural app if you don't already have it. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of the homies working with the gateways right now. I'm actually gonna share those later on today on Facebook. I don't care what the CIA says. I don't care. They already got me tapped. They already know who I am. I'm a joy warrior, son. You can't touch my joy, no matter if you are the CIA. So you know, we out here doing the work to keep this vibe up. And you know, the first step to keeping your vibe up is you got to know where your vibe is at. So y'all, what is your number?
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off.
You can already tell I'm in a good mood. You could already tell I'm at like a 10, if not an 11. You know what I mean? I got some joy in the pipeline. You know what I mean? And we're talking about one of my favorite things today, hacking the algorithm. You know. So I'm at a solid 10 or 11. Where are y'all at? Take 60 seconds, really do your inventory inside. Where are you at? You can leave it in the comments. You could also keep it to yourself. I don't care. I don't need to know your number. You need to know your number. You know what I'm saying? So where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe on a scale of A to Z. I don't know. Pick an animal. Whatever you want to do. I'm not here to tell you how to rate your joy. Just figure out where on the level that you at today, right? Because if we had a 1, then we need to get to a 2. If we had an 8, we need to get to a 9. If we had a 9, we need to get to a 10. Not even need to, you know what I mean? But might want to, you know? So where is your joy at? Randall chiming in with the 9. That's what I'm talking about. Starting the day off at a 9, you're going to be at a 15 by the time we're done. Cha-Cha says, I'm at an 8 because I get to go to the dentist to fix my teeth today, but I'm a little anxious about it. Fair and balanced. You know what I mean? Like Fox News claims to be, but they ain't. So where's your number at, y'all? Take a second to check in with yourself. And the idea is that you check in with yourself in the morning, and then you check in with yourself at night, and you see, you know, where you went. You know what I mean? Hopefully it went up. If not, then you might want to think about some of these practices. So that's it. 60 seconds to check your number. And now we get to the great joy hint.
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off.
Is that a Hemi? Yes, it's a Hemi. It's a synced Hemi, y'all. I'm trying to sync my hemispheres and just float up on out of here. Cause Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave. Y'all. So today's joy hint, I want to talk to you about hacking the algorithm that is you. Like, you have an algorithm too. So there's a lot of y'all on Facebook right now. Some of y'all watching on YouTube. Both of these got algorithms, so it's fine. Instagram got an algorithm. That's probably the algorithm that I'll use the most, because we all know, if you're on the gram, you understand the things that you love, the things that you double tap on, are the things that continue to show up in your feed, right? Same thing with Facebook. The posts that you interact with, the people that you interact with the most, are the people who continue to show up in your feed, right? Yes, you're following along so far? All right, everybody's got it. We're on the same page. So that's what an algorithm is. And I'm saying that you have an algorithm inside of you. Right. So I did this thing. I've started doing these Great Joy Hunt videos in the morning. I started really going heavy on it and posting things that give me joy throughout the day, and just really trying to keep my focus on joy heavy. Right. The other day I woke up and the first 2 things in my feed on Facebook when I looked at it were joy. They were joy related things. And I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, I think I'm figuring out how to hack Facebook's algorithm so that I get joy in my feed, right? And that's because that's where my focus is at. So what I'm saying is, our bodies, our minds, our spirits are the same way, right? Wherever you're putting your focus, that's what you're going to see more of, right? So this idea of hacking your own algorithm and putting your own focus somewhere, right? Like finding, that's why it's called the joy hunt, right? It's not called the joy stumble. So putting your focus on joy, finding something to be joyful about, especially first thing in the morning, but throughout the day, will bring more things to be joyful about. Right. So just this idea that we have our own algorithms inside of us, and what we see is a product of what we're looking for. Does that make sense? Yeah. Y'all following me? So, you know, the Great Joy Hunt, the idea of the Great Joy Hunt is to hack your own algorithm, right? It is to where, you know, Cha-Cha going to the dentist today could be like, oh, fuck, I hate the dentist, man. Like this could hurt. And there's, like all of it. But you see what she said? Let me bring that back up. She said, I'm an 8 because I get to go to the dentist, right? Because she's looking for the benefit. She's looking for the joy. The joy is, I got healthcare and I get to go to the dentist. I get to go get my teeth fixed. I get to be out of this pain, even if it causes me a little bit in the process, right? So hacking that algorithm, that's you've succeeded. You out the matrix. You know what I mean? Because right now, especially life is a little wild. And, if you sit on Facebook, they call it doom scrolling for a reason. You be sitting there just scrolling like, oh, my God. And then this happened. And then Trump said this. And then this happened. And then this happened. And, man, like it'll really suck you down and suck all of the energy out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Randall, it's so real, man. It's so real. And it's a practice, not a perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like you getting better at this every day. We talked, I think it was last week, we talked about the magic in the phrase, I'm getting better at this, right? Because it allows you room for growth. Like Angie was talking about yesterday, space, grace, space, and pace. It allows you to be able to work on things and get better at it. And you are constantly, you here right now, we having this conversation. So you already taking steps. So, continue hacking that algorithm, continue watching your focus, because what you focus on is what you're going to see. Right. Anybody ever notice that when you if I'm going to buy a car, save maybe for like a Honda Accord or Civic, because you see those everywhere. But like if you buy a car, you may not have ever seen this car out and about. You never notice it out and about, but you buy that car and you drive that car, and all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. You're like, dang, there's so many of these cars, right? Because your focus has changed. Your focus has brought that car into your line of vision, right? So this idea, Randall predicted me. Yeah. I ain't saying nothing new here. You know what I'm saying? But like this idea that what you're focused on is what you see, right? So, your brain has an algorithm, your heart has an algorithm. So if you stay focused on joy, if you stay focused on love, if you stay focused in finding those things, even in the hard times, right? Even in the hard times, you stay focused on those things, you're going to continue to see those things, and you're going to see more and more of them. You know what I mean? So that's today's great joy hint is, hack your own algorithm. You know what I mean? Here's all I'm saying. You can be a programmer or you can be programmed, right? Like Facebook can program your algorithm, or you can actively program your algorithm. I'll tell you what, I stopped using the like button, the anger. I don't even hit that anger button. I don't even respond. If something makes me angry, I keep scrolling when I see it. I pretty much only use the love and the care react, because if I don't love it or want to hug somebody over it, then it doesn't get any of my time and it doesn't get any of my interaction. And my social media life has definitely benefited from that, right? So I'm just saying, there are ways to hack your own, number one, your own social media algorithms. Like there's a way right there. But more importantly, your own internal algorithm, right? So you program your own algorithm, and make sure that you the programmer and not just getting programmed. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. That's today's great joy hint. Be the programmer, not the programmed. And now, everybody's favorite interactive segment of the show. Where's your joy at, y'all?
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Go. Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off.
My joy is right here. And right here, as per always, I got my dog and I got my joy juice. Oh God, she tangled up in the headphones. So that's where we starting today. For me, where's your joy at, y'all? Oh, I forgot my overlay because I was playing with my dog. There we go. Where's your joy at, y'all? What is bringing you joy this morning? And we share our joy with each other because sometimes your joy might inspire someone else. They might be like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, that's a good way of looking at that. Oh, that's a dope perspective. We do this collectively because we all a human family, right? So where's your joy coming from today? I stays with the joy in the juice. I stays with the joy in my dog. Just the sweetest. If you can probably hear the weird noises that she's making right now. So I gotta tell you my other joy today. The hoodie God is getting new hoodies. So I got thick, y'all. I got quarantine thick. So none of my hoodies fit anymore. So I had to order some new hoodies. And I was like, man, I'm not trying to get Bezos no more money. Man, I'm not trying to get the same hoodies as everybody else. I love y'all, but I'm not trying to look like y'all. You know what I mean? So I designed some hoodies for myself, and I'm so excited that they are about to show up. Also, if any of y'all make hoodies and you want them to get plugged by the hoodie God, then holler at me. I'm taking on all sponsors right now of the for the hoodie God. Where's your joy at, y'all? I see a bunch of people on the stream. I see y'all tuning in live. Where is your joy at? Share your joy. Hop in, chime in. This is an interactive segment. Where is your joy at this morning? I'll tell you another part of my joy while we talking about my quarantine thickness. I ordered groceries yesterday, and I ordered like 3 different kinds of cookies. Because cookies, much like cake, vibrational lifter. You know what I'm saying? So, what's good? We make everything you already know. I don't already know. Let me know what y'all making. You talking about cookies or hoodies? Or reality? You know what I'm saying? All three. Where's your joy at, Randall? Where's your joy at, y'all? If you tuned in, don't be a voyeur with the joy. You know what I'm saying? You better share that joy. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't be selfish with your joy, y'all. Erica chiming in saying, making new connections with people and reconnecting with those I've lost touch with. Yo, so important. Was fresh. I feel you so much because like yesterday on the show, Angie from Afro Yoga, again, I was saying, I met Angie in a Zoom room and was just like, yo, I really like this human being's vibe. Like, I must know this person. And we got to like actually get to know each other and really connect for the first time yesterday, which was really dope. And then, old friends. I talked to an old friend of mine who I have not talked to, I don't think, since this quarantine began, and got to like catch up on her life and catch her up on mine and really just like, oh man, that I missed human connection so much. I was in a Facebook room yesterday with like 4 people. It was wild to me, y'all. It's the first time I've talked to 4 people at the same time in like 10 months. It was wild. And it brought me so much joy to just laugh and like talk shit with the homies. So definitely like those new connections and reconnecting with folks that you've lost touch with. You know what I mean? Like, so crucial, Erica. So crucial. Heather says midnight naps bring me joy. I mean, a nap at any time brings joy, don't it? But midday naps bring me joy. Yo, the midday naps. I'm an artist about my midday naps. You know what I mean? I will arrange a whole day just to get my midday nap. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely hear you on the midday naps. And it's important that we get in that rest. You know what I'm saying? That also helps the immune system. So right now in the middle of a pandemic, as someone who's not a doctor, but works with a lot of them, I would recommend getting that midday nap in. Randall says, me and Bertha Joy is our granddaughter. Yeah. Yo. First off, you got a granddaughter? I'm going to start calling you Grandpa. I need to get some sage advice from you. Yo, them babies, man, them babies is always like uh always such a good source of joy because they don't know no different, right? They don't know about stressing. They don't know about none of this stuff. You got to learn that. You got to learn that joy is inherent, right? The babies know about some joy. That's all they want is joy. If something's not joyful to them, then they cry about it. Like we all did, right? Like, so we had to learn the opposites of joy. If you tuned in on the live stream right now, tell me your joy. Where's your joy coming from this morning? It's an interactive show. Y'all don't have me sitting here sipping juice and pontificating by myself. Where's your joy at? Where's your joy coming from? Yeah. It still works. It still works, y'all. If you're ever having a bad day, just hit some ODB opening lines. And you know what I'm saying? Put a smile on your face. Put a smile on that beautiful face of yours. Yo, if you on the live, where's your joy at? Don't be a voyeur. Be an exhibitionist. Where's your joy at? You know, another place that my joy is coming from, steady learning lessons. You know, man, last night, I don't know if y'all caught Masked Up last night. That's my community health show that I do on Monday nights, 8:08 p.m. Some amazing physicians, healthcare workers that helped me put together the show and also feature on the show. We had an amazing interview last night with Dr. Nakasi about the vaccine and some real honest talk about the vaccine, which was wonderful. But in that, I had so much technical difficulty, y'all. So much that on my end, it was like a train wreck. Like if y'all would have seen what was going on the back end over here, I spilled water on the desk, like in a panic. My computer decided to do the thing where it updates in the middle of like trying to start the show. It was so wild, y'all. And then like I was feeling so bad about it. And immediately afterwards, I got so many hits from people that were like, yo, that interview was gold. Like, thank you. It really comforted me. That really felt good. Like I feel a lot more confident just in the medical field as a whole. You know what I mean? And I realized when I watched it back that like it was not nearly as bad on y'all's end as it felt on mine, right? And I think life is just kind of like that. So this is like an allegory for everything in life. Is that like, yo, I do not feel like I may feel like everything is on fire, you know what I mean? But it's not. You know what I mean? It's not as bad as you think it is. We tend to make things worse in our own heads, right? We tend to make things bigger than they are, the problems bigger than they are. You know what I'm saying? So no Rona. So, you know, just learning that and taking these lessons from the allegory of everyday life that come in. And that was definitely my lesson last night was like, yo, you might be on mute, Jill. Everybody else can hear me, right? Yeah, because Jill said, "Oh shoot, I can't hear anything." Everybody else can hear me, right? Check. I think so because people's answering where the joy is at. So yeah, just this idea that you know sometimes we make things bigger than they are. And that you can always take a few deep breaths and it's going to be all right. You know what I mean? Nothing is as big as you think it is. Okay. Erica says she can hear me. So it must just be something on your end, Joe. Sorry. Maybe you can watch this back later if you can. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can hear now. My earphones kicked in. Joy is in your earphones kicking in. Minnie says, I just danced with my little. Surefire way to bring that joy in the morning. Little dance party. We have dance parties over here on a regular to start the day. Whatever your favorite kind of music is, just pop it in, turn it up. You know what I mean? Move around a little bit and laugh and let yourself feel that joy. You know what I mean? Let yourself get silly with it sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta yah, 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 yah. I figured out that yah is all about shaking the jowls. Oh, ridiculous. Where's your joy at, y'all? If you tuned in on the live stream, let me know where your joy is at. Share your joy with everybody else. Yo, Jill, where's your joy at? Where's your joy at this morning? In your headphones, in your earphones kicking in. Yeah, and then I've been doing some research, the scientific research on gratitude and how gratitude affects the brain. So we're going to talk about that a little later this week. I got some really cool themes that we're just going to be touching on. So I don't know if I've explained this to y'all yet, but this is going to be, number one, we're going to turn all of the guest interviews that we have on Monday. I'm going to turn those into a podcast that you'll be able to pick up off of your phone on the Apple and the Spotify and the Google Play and all of that. And I'm writing a book, y'all. I'm writing a book. It's going to be a workbook / a regular book called The Great Joy Hunt. So it'll go through a month. And then you can reuse it every month to just get these little prompts that'll keep that joy going. And you can use it first thing in the morning and get that momentum going, because as we know, life is a game of momentum. So as we starting off this morning, I see a bunch of people on the live. Where is your joy at? Where's your joy at? We moving the momentum. We getting the momentum started onto a joy roll. A joy roll down the hill, and it just keeps gathering more joy. So where is your joy at? That sounds amazing. Yo, thank you. Thank you. And it's been a long time in the making, and I think so one of the other keys to life, I think, is the homie always says the vision is for an appointed time. Right. I've been talking about writing this book, and originally it was going to be in a different format. And I started doing this show and I got really stuck in not being able to write the book and what were the chapters and what were the things and how is this going to work out? And that was because it wasn't supposed to be written at that moment. It was supposed to be written in this moment. Right. So, the Great Joy Hunt is also letting things come in time. And that's, again, we're going to go back to what Angie said yesterday: grace, space, and pace. So giving yourself grace when you're like, yo, I have this idea, but it's not fleshing out right now. Like, I talk a lot about alignment over hustle, right? And, if you are not in the right space, mentally, physically, spiritually, then creation is a lot harder. Getting things done is a lot harder, right? Like, think about, you want to clean the house, but you depressed or you don't feel good, you physically hurt, right? But if you how long does it take to clean the house then? It takes forever to clean the house, right? It takes forever to and it sucks while you're doing it. But if you take the time to do some yoga, stretch yourself out, right? Get yourself feeling good, drink some juice, drink some water, right? Get yourself right. Then not only does it take less time to actually clean the house, but it sucks way less while you're doing it, right? So that's the idea of alignment over hustle. And that's what I've really learned in this process. And what I'm getting better at, and part of my practice that's not perfect yet, is learning to let things come as they come and not beat myself up over when they don't, because everything is in a divine time. And the more that I work on getting myself aligned and keeping myself in alignment with my purpose and my highest self, then the more ease things come with, right? And the more things just seem to line up, right? The more that I can think about something happening, and then within 24 hours it happens, right? Because I'm in tune and I'm aligned. So, alignment over hustle. Shoot, I'm going to write that down as a note too. That's going to have to be in the Great Joy Hunt as well. So, take your time with whatever you're trying to do, whatever goal you're trying to get to. I get it. I'm a very goal-driven person, but if you aren't in alignment, those goals are so much harder to reach, and they hurt while you're trying to get them. You know what I mean? That's how you pull muscles if you don't stretch before the marathon, and if you're not practicing and getting yourself in condition to run a marathon. If I took my thick ass to a marathon right now, y'all know what would happen because I have not been prepping my body for some physical activity like that. You know how far I would make it before I pull the muscle? Our spirits are the same way. Our mentals are the same way, right? So make sure that you are getting yourself in alignment, that you are doing that work before you're like, yo, I want to take on this big task or this big project. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's been beautiful. That's our half an hour today. I really appreciate everybody who chimed in on the comments. Again, this is such a source of joy for me personally. I do it to cultivate joy for the collective, but it's also like, let me not act like I'm completely altruistic in this. I've been at home for 10 months, me, this dog, and there's a puppet around here somewhere. So it's really beautiful to be able to connect with y'all and have some of these conversations. And these are conversations that I normally have in my everyday life over here at the crib with all of my homies. So now I get to have all of these conversations here at the crib with all of my homies. So I really appreciate y'all aligning my life with my authentic self. That brings joy. That's one of the greatest sources of joy. When we talk about joy being an inside job, you know what I mean? Happiness comes from outside. Happiness is a good stepladder to joy. You know what I mean? Like, you can look at the things you're grateful for and those will jumpstart your joy. But joy comes from inside. And the more you align with your authentic self, the more joy you're going to have. And I can tell you that from personal experience as someone who, I was young and got into stage performance, and I was not my authentic self. I was who I thought people wanted me to be for a very long time. And then at a certain point, everything broke. Everything broke for me. I ended up in rehab. I ended up losing a bunch of relationships and a bunch of people that I cared a lot about, but that I wasn't in alignment with my authentic self, so that wasn't sustainable. And the more that I've been able to find my authentic self and align and be honest with me about who I am and what I want and how I want to live life and what brings me joy, the more joy that I have. You know what I mean? So you absolutely right, Erica, putting the exclamation point on today's episode, aligning my life with my authentic self, that brings me joy. So what are y'all going to do today to align your life with your authentic self? And I'm going to leave you with that question. Y'all, my name is Andrew Defy, and I love you, and you can't do shit about it.
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it out.